It was a day to forget at the Northern Trust Open for world number one Jordan Spieth. Every part of his game was suffering. 38 on the front nine, worst 9-hole score since Deutsche Bank, and the back would be even worse. A 41-79 for Spieth, worst first-round score of his PGA Tour career. Conversely, world number three Rory making his debut at the Northern Trust Open, looked right at home. 4 under 67, 6 for 7 scrambling. 8 of his 9 worldwide rounds in 2016 have been under par. McIlroy in the hunt. Golf Central on the air.
Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
Hi there, welcome to Golf Central. Ryan Burrow with a pair of PGA Tour winners, Billy Kretzel, John Cook, and with Jordan Spieth, you just expect that the ball will keep rolling forward. Well, Spieth proving he is human with a big-time hiccup here in the opening round of the Northern Trust Open. Haven't seen Spieth struggle like this in a long, long time. Here he is at the third hole.
Yeah, just missing putts. He just didn't have his long game, didn't match up with his short game, which it has the last 12, 18 months, but not today.
Well, then on the par 3, coming down the hill, knew it right away. Started walking with the putter in contact with the ball. I mean, just hard to watch, John.
Yeah, this is where he usually thrives. He had hit it out of play off the tee and then laid it up short of the green there at number 9 and just, he just mishitting shots. He's misjudging things, just a little out of sorts.
And +3 at the time to the 12th hole. And from bad to worse, boys.
Yeah, this iron shot, you could tell just right after impact that another miss to the right. It seemed like most of the iron shots were missed right.
And maybe even more baffling than the driving, the wedge game was from 2 feet 9 inches.
Yeah, he doesn't miss one of those a year. He's missed them all today.
13th hole now is third.
Well, this is tough for anyone right here. I mean, to try to get this ball up and down left of the 13th, almost impossible.
Yeah, short-sided, wrong side, heavy rough. No recipe for any success right there.
Another really short putt at 15, 5 feet, never hits the hole. And you get to a point where you're not sure what in the world is going on, just trying to work your way through this round. Here he is at 18.
Trying to just salvage anything. And that was one of the few that he missed on the high side.
That was for par. This is for bogey.
Yeah, look how far it's gone by. I mean, the speed was off, his direction was off, and boy, there is nothing good going to happen when you have bad pace and you're not reading enough break in putts.
And boy, oh boy, a 79 for the world number one, Jordan Spieth. Wow, his worst score to par on the PGA Tour since he won the Masters last spring. Take a look. There's some other FedEx Cup rounds, a 75 and a 74 respectively, where we wondered, was last year too much for him, so competitive throughout the 4 majors. Then he bounces back, and of course he wins the Tour Championship. He starts off this year, guys, with runaway fashion, like just a locomotive. We all say, what could he do for an encore? He looks unbelievable out in Hawaii. And then a 79 today. As you're watching this, guys, and I assume you've both been there to some degree, what's going through your mind?
More times than not, I've been there.
I was there last week. It's not fun. It's not fun.
But I watched the way that he drove the ball last week, and he drove the ball well. But his iron play was just way off. And obviously, the iron play has crept into his driving game because he drove the ball poorly today. But at the 6th hole, the par 3, even though it's playing over 200 yards, 206 yards, he hits it to the right of the bunker in the middle of the green. So now he has to flip it over the bunker, and then he's left with that 6-footer coming down the hill, which he misses.
So he just, the short game, the long game, everything just really struggling now at 13.
And dead center of the fairway, one of the few really nice drives that he hit. And then right away, he knows that this ball is left of the green. You short side yourself at Riviera, and you just cannot make a score. You cannot get in there and get the ball up and down enough when you start short siding yourself, and that puts so much pressure on your putting. And when you're over par, you're trying not to get it all back at once. And here he is at the par 3 16th, trying to make something happen. And guess what? Again, on the short side, in that bunker, when that hole location is on that right-hand side, it is an impossibility to get that ball within 10 or 12 feet of the hole. He did not and went on to another bogey.
9 bogeys in all for Jordan Spieth. And listen, we've all seen the best in the world struggle with their golf swing. It happens, as you said, John, it happens every week. You see one player that you just can't believe that they're hitting it the way you're hitting it. What just jumped off the page to me was Jordan with the putter. You could make an argument he's the best putter in the world, and to put that kind of performance together, how does that happen?
Yeah, it's just a bad day. It's just, you can't put much more to it than that. And we're going to see, where he was putting. And putting Seaside Pointe greens, I grew up on these greens. Some of the best pace putters that ever lived, Mark O'Meara, Corey Pavin, Tiger Woods, all grew up on this type of grass. And you have to learn how to putt around, Seaside Pointe, and it's about pace. It's all about pace. You see, most of these putts are missed with poor pace. They go 2-3 feet by every single one, not playing enough breaks. So you have to play high line, and you have to have a pace that each putt can go in anywhere in the cup, right side, left side, front, loop around the back. But you have to have that pace that the ball is going to catch, or the cup is going to catch the ball. And if you do that, you're going to make more putts. But it's tough, and you could tell just by the end of this round that he was mind out of body. Your mind is going so fast, and your body is going so slow, and it's got no energy and no rhythm to it. But your brain's going 100 miles an hour, and your body has shut down. It's a tough thing to do. I did it last week. I did the same thing. It's not fun. You wipe it across, wipe it away and try to get better for tomorrow.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I mean, when you start missing that many putts, it's exhausting. And not only does it take a toll on your physical game, but mentally you're just shot. And I don't think your memory can be short enough when you start missing every short putt that you're looking at.
Well, 8 missed putts inside 10 feet. That's the most in a round in the last 2 seasons. It's the second most putts inside 10 feet he's missed in his career. Just not used to seeing it. And you start to wonder, is there an explanation? What has happened since Hawaii to now? And as you can see, well, he has been all over the world. And I know the first thing everyone's going to say on social media, he's 22. You can't get tired when you're 22. You might be right. You might not be able to get tired when you're 22, but your clock can get messed up from being all over the world, can it?
Oh, I think so. I think what he did when he played on 3 different continents, 3 straight weeks, and he was able to win 2. He ended up winning Tiger's event at Isleworth. Was 1 shot out of a playoff. I thought, well, maybe this guy travels better than anyone else. But I think if Jordan was to be truthful, he would tell everyone that, I am a little tired. And this is just his 3rd start in 2016. But I do think he looks a little tired, and maybe some time off would do him a world of good.
Yeah, you have to regroup. At some point, you're going to have to, get back with your team, kind of reassess, reevaluate. Yeah, maybe we made a mistake, maybe we didn't. I'm sure he's trying to grow his brand worldwide. There's nothing wrong with that, but you're going to have to face the consequences if you don't show up on your home tour and have your best stuff. That's where things. Okay, now we got to go back. We got to reevaluate. What can we do better, guys? What do we need to do? Let's go back to square one and start working.
A 79 for Jordan Spieth. You will hear from Jordan Spieth in just a little bit. We're working it way back into Golf Channel right now, so for sure you want to stick around and hear what Jordan says post 79. I can't tell you his worst score on the PGA Tour was an 82 at Memorial back in 2013. Oh, by the way, I think he recovered from that okay. He's done all right.
Not worried about
that
Jordan.
82. You guys talk about a short memory. 79, wake up tomorrow, play early. Is it possible to forget what happened today?
Well, I don't think it's possible to forget about what happened today, but I think it's possible that he can go out, and I think he can certainly shoot somewhere in the 60s. But he's going to have to make a correction, and I don't know if you can go out there and see that many putts miss the hole, John, to where you can be confident enough that when you hit it in there 5 feet that you're going to make it. So, but if anyone's going to go out there and kind of flip 79 into a 66, it's Jordan.
Certainly, you're going to be on greens that are freshly cut. They're going to be a lot smoother, and you're going to see, truer rolls. You have to try to forget what you can't, but you're going to look for progress tomorrow. What am I going to be doing better tomorrow? My pace on my putts are going to be better. I'm going to drive the ball better in the fairways. I'm going to get the club coming from a direction where I'm not going to hit, short side myself every other hole. So he's going to look for progress tomorrow. He may not make the cut, probably won't. He's going to have to shoot something crazy low tomorrow.
Yeah.
But he's going to see progress is what he wants to see tomorrow.
Oh, if you think even just last week at Pebble, got off to the bad start, and then you're like, well, he'll come out at Monterey, a much easier golf course. He started on Spyglass, the toughest of the three, and it never happened on Monterey. It ultimately happened Sunday at Pebble, and you really thought that momentum would lead into today. But Jordan Spieth, as we said, maybe the best putter in the world, dead last in strokes gained putting this week after round one of the Northern Trust Open. What will Jordan say following this horrific round of 79? You will find out next as we will hear from Jordan Spieth, his thoughts after one of the worst rounds of his young PGA Tour career.
Golf Central is brought to you by the Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Make a difference in your game. GolfNow.com. Book tee times 24/7.